shot.
.124 left to play here in the second quarter. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you. And he gets it to go.
And for a big guy who came into the league fairly raw, Ibaka's jump shot now looks second nature.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. To the paint. Here's Jordan. Lays it up off the glass. Jordan's got his first points of the night.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Again, the Nets for two.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now. Actually, cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire!
And Siakam has it in the corner. Pass to Anunoby. There's the three, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
The deep three from Durant. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. Well, we know he's a magician on the court. Kenny, has there ever been anyone better at handling the basketball than Kyrie Irving?
If I'm being honest?
Yes.
No. He's just another level player at that position with the ball handling.
You said no. Did you forget about Isaiah Thomas, Allen Iverson, and Steph Curry? Listen, Kyrie Irving is a guy you can always compare them to. Don't say no.
Okay.
Those guys don't exist.
All right, my bad. You're right.
This is a guy who can handle the rock, too, Kevin Harlan. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in two different settings.
Yeah, I mean, two very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley. And and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
And
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in
and
both those
Seattle.
cities.
Exactly. And the pass to Lowry. Back to Van Vliet. Now, here's Anunoby. He has 5. Pass to Lowry. Fires the 3. And no good that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
And the Raptors call time here.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense. Scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid has only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. He looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Powell, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. And it's Terrence Davis in for Fred Van Vliet. And then for Brooklyn, Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Luwawu subbed in for Dinwiddie. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Lowry.
You know, there was a time when three-point shooting was a liability for Lowry, but the guy has put in the time, and now he is a solid option from deep.
Irving, that one good for 2. Irving's got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Lowry drives in. Over Irving. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan comes in for Jared Allen. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu. Lowry drives in. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Brooklyn with the rebound. Davis, the pass to Lowry. Outside Gasol. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan comes in for Jared Allen. Here's Davis. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Powell. KD against Davis. 5 on the clock. And the Raptors miss again. Davis, the pass to Lowry. Durant for 3, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after this. 5 on the clock. And the Raptors ahead. Durant for 3, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Of the game. And it's Davis with the ball for the Raptors. They trail by 9 points. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And it's Davis with the ball for the Raptors. They trail by 9 points. Now Siakam. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
After a quiet first couple seasons in the league, Siakam really took off in year 3 when he helped the Raptors win their first NBA championship.
Exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now Siakam. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kevin Durant. That free throw missing. Now, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree. Brooklyn leading by 10. Kevin Durant and Kyrie. KD with it.
I tell you what, it's a tough call, you know.
Or the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
You know, sometimes you just assume this shot is falling before it goes in. Durant's outside jumper is that deadly.
Siakam looking around. Brooklyn leading by 10. Lowry against Irving. KD with it. 6 to shoot. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Van Vliet.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Durant with it. Lowry picks him up. Count it.
Boy, if you allow Durant that look, he's going to punish you. I mean, it's that simple.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 13. 1:36 left to play in the final quarter. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. KD against Siakam. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kevin Durant. Well, Greg, Pascal Siakam won most improved player in the league in 2019. And as we've talked about, had a case for it again in the 2020 voting.
I tell you, Siakam's play jumped so much again. He deserved the recognition. He continued to press himself to be an elite forward, rare for a former MIP winner to even be considered for the award more than once.
It's on Kevin Durant. Well, Greg, Pascal Siakam won most improved player in the league in 2019. And as we've talked about, had a case for it again in the 2020 voting.
I tell you, Siakam's play jumped so much again. He deserved the recognition.
The first free throw is good.
He continued to press himself to be an elite forward, rare for a former MIP winner to even be considered for the award more than once.
It's on Kevin Durant. The Greg, Pascal Siakam won most improved player in the league in 2019. And as we've talked about, had a case for it again in He hits both from the strike. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Irving. Another shot. Allen, that's good. Allen's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
Boy, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
And a wide open look for Siakam. Tracks in the tray.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Here's Irving. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Brooklyn.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
They never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD. It's the first that brings them within single digits. A new group in now for the Raptors. Chris Boucher's checked in for Ibaka. Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby.
Check 5-6.
Checked in for Fred VanVleet. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Kyle Lowry. It's the first that brings them within single digits. Siakam hits them both. And here's Crawford.
Check 5-6.
Outside, KD. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Yeah, I'll be right back with a full game. Just
It's the first one, and
tidying
that
up
brings
some
them
settings.
within single digits.
Yeah, I'll be right back with a full game. Just